Judges are more liable to remember what happened in the last half of a round than the first half. So, with a bit more savvy, bit of experience, he should be doing his better work later in the round.
Bloodied lip too for Paul Samuels, who keeps touching that nose. Wonder if it's broken from a jab. He does come back with the left hook riposte. Again shakes his head at Richard Williams. Such a mental battle as well as a physical one. Good hand speed from Samuels. Somewhat more jaded now. Richard Williams here in the sixth.
I actually wonder, Adam, if he's completely thrown that bug that he had about a year or so ago, or if it's still in his system a little bit, because if this fight goes all the way, he's going to need every ounce of strength. They are really getting down to business now.
Right, step back, let go.
There's a wary look there as he fell back off Paul Samuels. Richard Williams' legs just buckled ever so slightly, and he has had so many problems with these viruses, illnesses. Just glances out at ringside as well. Needs to keep focused.
See, this is where Samuel should put a clincher on a good round. But they sustained the work a bit more in that round. I think that body shot got to him a little bit.
I think this is Samuel's round though, by some way.
Hello.
Come on.
Charles. Where's Joe?
Joe?
No, don't know where he is.
With its intelligent protection system, the Ford Mondeo is one of the safest places to be.
Mwah.
Just when it was looking to get hard for Paul Samuels, he comes back with a great round. Tony Borg there with the instructions. Was with Enzo Calzaghe for so long, but now has Tony Borg in Newport.
See, Samuels raised the pace in that round, and that's a pace that he's far more happy with than Richard Williams.
Second half of this intriguing IBO light middleweight title at 11 stone, 154 pounds. The champion, remember, Richard Williams, who's won 15 of his 17, lost early in his career to Michael Alexander, and of course the draw with Paul Samuels, who has lost only one, that barroom brawl with Wayne Alexander. Ebbed and flowed more than the first fight. That was a bit low from Richard Williams, and I think that John Paul is just going to have a word with him. Just give Paul Samuels a bit of time to recover. It wasn't terrible, but it was slightly borderline.
Yeah, but if it's moved the cut, there'll certainly be a bit of pain there, and Paul Samuels is not one to play that. Plus the fact the fight seems to be going his way in the last round, so he won't want this action broken up. Getting towards the kind of fight that Paul Samuels is much more suited to. He likes the action hot.
Still the more accurate punching in clusters from Richard Williams. Can he meet fire with fire? Is he physically strong enough? That's the one thing. Oh, he just stabs that right eye there, Richard Williams. Is he having problems with it? He said he couldn't see much after the second round of their last encounter. And the heads are coming closer as this heats up.
Samuel seemed to try to intimidate Williams with some big punching at the start of the round, but it hasn't worked. He's come really firing back.
More blood from the nose of Paul Samuels. Good body shots from the pair of them. This is high quality boxing here.
top-class stuff, Adam. As I say, this stands up with the first fight, no problem at all. There's much more thought what we're seeing here. A beautiful left hook.
That was a phenomenal punch from Williams, and Samuels was hurt, probably for the first time in this fight. Williams puts on the pressure now, back comes Samuels. Oh, wonderful hooks from him. Tremendous action here, second time around. Both of them landing big shots. But it's Williams that seems to have got the edge, and Samuels just backs off for a breather. Winding the shots up, Richard Williams, and Paul Samuels has got to start moving and keep that defence tight. Oh, he looks tired and hurt. Paul Samuels as he goes back to his corner, and Richard Williams looks fresh. That could be crucial.
Well, Adam, quite often in a title fight, there's one round which decides the whole fight. It's usually around about the middle of the fight, and it's a tough round, and whoever comes back better in the next round is usually the one who takes control. And that was a low blow, unintentional, and thankfully Paul Samuels didn't make too big a deal of it. But that was a beautiful left hook, and in a grueling fight, you don't recover from those punches so quickly.
And to add to the tension, they're also working on the right eye in Richard Williams' corner. So will that hold up? Very, very interesting. Fascinating here at ringside. Everyone is glued to it.
Well, that could have been the round that's going to decide the fight. We'll see who comes out stronger in this round.
Could this be the round for Richard Williams to kick-start his career again? Paul Samuels has got to dig in and keep those hands nice and high. And if he lets his punches go, make sure that he can get out of the way of the right hands that Richard Williams threw in the seventh.
Good body shot, Adam, bang on the ribs.
Second time he's done that, and again from Williams, not a lot from Samuels.
One of the few times that Williams has been pushing Samuels back. Is Williams going to be the one who comes out from the seventh round the stronger? That seventh round.
Oh, that's a beautiful right hand, straight down the barrel from Richard Williams. Samuels tries the uppercut. Oh, and a right hand from Paul Samuels, and now Richard Williams has to back off. Oh, these two are putting up such a tremendously spirited fight. Once again, it is boxing of the highest quality, and now Samuels looks hurt. Oh, and Williams is moving ominously towards Paul Samuels as those Welsh hands go down. Back he comes with a right hook. Jim, this is explosive.
Williams is almost the one who's technically that little bit tighter, better prepared than Samuels. Samuels is wild, he's open, obviously brave as we've seen. He's taken some tremendous punches in this round, but Williams is almost the one that little bit more in control of what he's doing.
And he looks composed and relaxed now, Richard Williams, as though he knows he has the key, the secret as he calls himself, to unlock Paul Samuels. Furious at the ring advertising, but that's distress signals from Paul Samuels. And can Richard Williams really follow up on that?
This is really the first time someone has got totally in control of the action.
Left hook to the body again from Williams. Slowed Samuels. And just when you think he is almost on his last legs, Paul Samuels, he comes back with this. What a round this has been. Possibly the best since they first met in that very first round in June.
Samuels' lack of defence is going to be his undoing here. He's not paying anything like enough attention to the punches that are coming his way.
It's the technical skills of Richard Williams that have got him the upper edge. But my word, they both want this. It's so vital to the two fighters that they come through this with a win.
And you can see how much it means to both of them. But again, Williams is always tight, his hands are always round about where his chin is. Too often Samuels is open, he's careless. But then just when you think maybe he's in serious trouble, back he comes with this. Forces Williams to cover up, but when the time comes to cover up, natural defences from Williams, back he comes into his shell and at least takes some of the sting out of the punches with arms and gloves and shoulders. Real good technician, and that's the difference between them. Just technically, he's that little bit sharper than Samuels.
The pair of them have been a complete credit to British boxing tonight. We thought that would happen, and we now go into round 9. This was the one that Paul Samuels won the Intercontinental light middleweight title with a win over Eric Holland some 3 years ago. Since then, he has not had a victory of more significance. How much he wants this, but is there anything left in the Newport tank? He was successful with the right hands, but the better punches and the class and the rhythm came from Williams in round 8.
Even when Samuels goes to work, you always feel that there's more method in what Williams is doing, just that little bit of polish that Samuels seems to lack.
He looks the classier act, Richard Williams. People were talking about him as having a chance of going over the pond to tackle the world's best. Oscar De La Hoya, of course, the WBA and WBC champion, the Golden Boy, and Ronald Winky Wright, the IBF holder. It's a magic division, the 11-stone one on both sides of the Atlantic, and we're finding out just how tight domestically it is with these two.
Between the big exchanges, the technique of Williams is just nicking him in front all the while. Samuels can't match him for that technique.
Both try the body shots again, and Samuels with the big left hooks. Good defense from Richard Williams. They've been working hard on that in the gym. Don Davis, the quietly spoken trainer, who has such a great relationship with Richard Williams.
And most of the big shots that Samuels has landed, Williams has got the chin down and managed to take them on the forehead or high on the top of the head. They haven't really found his chin too often.
Tony Borg in the corner screaming for Paul Samuels to get his left hand working. No sign of any problem with that right. We'll be worried about possibly from training. More blood to the Samuels nose. Oh, great body shot again with the left hand into the rib cage from Richard Williams. That's what's slowing Paul Samuels down.
At this stage in such a tough fight, those punches have come. That one's hurt him. And hurt again to the body. These are crippling blows at this stage in a tough fight.
Crunching pain for Paul Samuels, and Richard Williams has got the upper hand. Paul Samuels doesn't even know it's the end of the round. He's confused now. What's Tony Borg going to say?
I'm going to breathe in, come on, keep breathing. Relax, relax.
Well, look at that. The body shot statistic is vital here. 6 times more landing from Richard Williams. And haven't they been fantastic, especially with the left hand?
Those are definitely the punches that are turning the fight in his favour. Accurate, solid, and a couple of times you saw Paul Samuels once, and he never shows pain. He was playing mind games earlier on, showing how much pain, how much punishment he could take without flinching, but he's flinching with those body shots now.
Richard Williams slow off his stool. for the 10th round. IBO light middleweight title at stake. Remember, he's the champion. And Paul Samuels, the challenger for the second time. So unlucky, many thought, in June. But tonight, it's been the added quality, the finesse of Richard Williams, the smooth boxing, and at times where he's had to dig deep, he has. And Paul Samuels has just looked that little bit outclassed.
You have to hand it to Williams as well, because Samuels was not the mandatory challenger, so he didn't really have to take this return if he didn't want it, but he's taken it. He wants to prove who the better man is.
The smile returns on the face of Richard Williams, who's boxing in a beautiful rhythm now. And once again, Samuels thinks and waits, doesn't really have any answer. I think he's been troubled by that nose too, which was hurt by jabs earlier in the fight.
Well, we're seeing Williams out-muscling Samuels now, and that is really seriously bad news for Paul Samuels. He wants to be coming forward at this stage, getting the body weight and the power behind the shots, but he's being pushed back. Williams is the physically stronger here.
It's a tribute to both of their sheer fitness and determination that they haven't folded at all. Samuels once again comes off the ropes with a combination, but it doesn't seem to be having the effect on Richard Williams that it may have had earlier in the fight.
Williams is in the driving seat, he knows it, and I got a feeling maybe Paul Samuels knows that as well. Little bursts of punches from Samuels, but nothing sustained, and Williams still fully controlled.
He has got 10 knockouts in his 16 wins, Paul Samuels, so you wonder whether he can find a punch from somewhere, but at the moment he has been outboxed by Williams, who, unless he gets careless, should be coming home sweetly. Doesn't look phased, has never looked hurt at any time, Williams, and still looks as fresh as the daisy.
And the fact that he's pushing Samuels back, I do not know if Samuels can get himself back into this fight again.
All right. That is tremendous from Richard Williams. Paul Samuels sinks to his knees. I don't think he'll make the count. He just gets to his feet. He says it's okay. It's been waved off by John Coyle. There's boos from the Welsh crowd, but Richard Williams has got sweet revenge. Many people last time out felt Paul Samuels would have won the fight had it been allowed to go on. Tonight, Richard Williams proved he's the superior boxer, and it was a masterclass and exciting.
And that was an emphatic victory from Richard Williams. And you can see when the 7th round, I had the feeling at that point, whoever came out stronger for the 8th was going to take control, and that's exactly what happened. This man here came out. I had the fight fairly level up to the halfway stage. From that point on, this fellow showed his class. Everything he did was control, perfection, a wonderful performance, wonderful result for him.
Look how much it means to Richard Williams. He's a man who builds himself up on confidence. It would have been rattled and shaken after what happened in June, but he's got himself back together. He did what he should have done first time round. He boxed from distance, and he is simply delighted. And he knew when Paul Samuels was going to go.
Yeah, well, everything was measured out, and that was a beautiful shot. Keeping in mind, he landed similar shots all the way through the fight, but Samuels was able to take them, but he was tired, he didn't have much left, and he knew the tide was turning against him. And when you take a shot like that at that stage in a fight, there we see the result of it. Beautiful punch.
Paul Samuels did everything he knew how to, but he wasn't quite on the level of Richard Williams when push came to shove. Disappointed at not being allowed to carry on, but the fight was slipping away from him anyway. It was a good stoppage by John Coyle. Knockout in round 10 for Richard Williams, and after a traumatic year, possibly the most sweetest of victories of his entire career.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation one more time. That was 10 fantastic rounds of boxing. 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the 10th round. Referee John Poyle has stopped the contest. Samuels in no position to continue. Your winner, and still the IBO Light Middleweight Champion of the world. And he's not a secret anymore. Richard Williams. And ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for a very game challenger indeed. The pride of South Wales, Paul Samuel. Now to present the championship belt, joining our supervisor Frank Burnett, is Phil Longdon of the British Boxing Board of Control.
Class tells in Williams' favour. Traumatic times, yes, behind him. We might say the same about Colin Dunn, another classy operator. And Dunn getting ready to go at lightweight tonight. Looking relaxed and very ready for business against David Burke, a young man who has come to make his mark on the lightweight scene at the expense of the Dynamo. That one's still to come. Richard Williams celebrates, and it must be sweet for him indeed. Been through plenty, Nicky Piper, but has he restored faith tonight with that display?
Yeah, he was brilliant. Seeing on Paul Samuels, everything to be proud of. Really tough, really strong, and it was quite close up until then. Williams just there, but really a terrific performance. Showed fitness. He's been out for a long time, but 10th round, and to come back and win by knockout like that was really, really impressive. Class.
Spencer Oliver, what won it for him?
I think it was sheer just the fitness won it for him. He just kept pushing away, great defences, and just gradually, systematically wore Samuels down.
Ed Robinson's going to speak to the winner now.
Well, Richard, you said beforehand you were going to be merciless, and after a cautious start, it developed into a real war, and what a ruthless ending.
Absolutely. You know, I started cautious after the last fight. My vision was impaired early in the second round, and I went away thinking, I think the Samuels camp are happy that he could beat me on the inside. But I knew I weren't fighting on the inside that night, and I think tonight I showed the difference. When I'm fighting properly inside, he
came out trying to box, but you still got hurt a few times.
Oh, he's a tremendous puncher, believe me. And honestly, hand on my heart, I'm not in a hurry to meet him again.
You got cut last time, hurt last time. Some considered you lucky to win. There was a lot of pressure on you tonight.
Not pressure from myself, because you know, I set high standards for myself. I didn't believe that I performed to the best of my ability. I think tonight proved that. Samuels, however, fought a tremendous fight then and tonight, and he's a good guy.
And now you've got him out of your system.
From now on.
Now you've got him out of your system, you can look forward. Wayne Alexander at ringside, who you fought for as an amateur and beat. Would you be looking for someone like him next? Whoever wants to come. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Wayne and Takaloo and things like that. And in all honesty, no disrespect to them, but I'm not going to waste my time speaking about them anymore. If they want to fight, I'm here. You know, they know Barry Heard's number. Well done tonight, Richard.
Thank you very much.
It lived up to expectations, and we expect the same of the big lightweight showdown here tonight. Spencer Oliver, your long-time sparring partner, Colin Dunn. He's been written off too often and too soon, hasn't he?
Well, Colin